For many foods, a careful roasting is essential before they can be enjoyed. Depending on the kind of food, temperatures, roasting times and the desired roasting flavors may vary. The higher the quality of the roast, the higher the market price that can be obtained. However, the selling price depends on lots of other parameters. A long shelf life for a roasted product, for example, which can be achieved through a careful and consistent roasting. The more consistent the roasting, the more reliable the determination of the eat-by date. Furthermore, an even roasting is good for the appearance of the product. One of the most important influential factors to the selling price is the taste, and a consistent taste can only be achieved by a gentle roasting. The more gentle the roasting, the more sound and undamaged the roasted food, and whole pips and grains result in a higher selling price. A gentle roasting therefore makes business sense as well as nutritional sense, and it can be achieved through a targeted energy consumption. In contrast, most roasting machines on the market are designed for high energy consumption, and therefore incur high energy costs. This is why we asked ourselves how high-quality requirements for the most gentle roasting can be combined with preferably low energy consumption in order to significantly increase the product quality and your profit margin. Our engineers found the answer in aerodynamics and thermodynamics. The principle of heat and air circulation can perfectly be transferred for roasting processes. The result? Our batch roaster series Nexus, that roasts granular food on a unique fluidized bed. How does the roasting on a fluidized bed work? Air is blown in from the bottom part and will then circulate through the machine. In the middle of the system, the air is seated in a cylinder. Inside the cylinder, the warm air floats to the bottom, and the circulation system blows it up again. So the warm air is ventilated to the top and sides. The heated air circulates through the tiny holes on the roasting plate and floats to the top. The heating and the ventilation of the air causes the air to swell, making it float to the top and sides. If we now pour the unroasted product into the funnel, the granular food will be carried on the circulated air immediately. Thanks to the permanent upward stream of the air, the product is moved consistently and does at least stay within the stream of air. As a result, it flows on a smooth pillow of air and never touches any heating element. The advantage? The roasting is carried out extremely gently and evenly, which results in a high roasting quality. Using aerodynamics and thermodynamics has another advantage. We don't need many mechanical processes, and that means less friction occurs, which is very good for the product. The high-quality sensor technology can be steered from the user terminal, where you can define how much or how little heat the product should receive. You can also define whether the food should have a short rest period before it is circulated again. No matter what your roasting profile looks like, you can implement it down to every tiny little detail. In a few simple steps, you can determine how long, how intense, and with how many intervals you want to roast to achieve the widest variety of potential aromas. You therefore have one initial product, but different roasted products you can produce using our Nexus series. Go ahead and satisfy your clients' diverse roasting profiles. But your master roaster does not have to fully rely on the sensor technology. Our smallest model, the Nexus 20, uses a glass cylinder for the roasting chamber, so that you can easily watch the roasting process. The larger Nexus models have closed roasting chambers made of stainless steel. Cameras are incorporated inside and transfer a real-time video of the roasting process to the user's monitor. The underlying technology is practically identical in all Nexus models. They only differ in filling sizes. However, the heating system of the larger models is a bit different. Instead of the electronic air heating of the Nexus 20, the larger roasters heat using gas. One similar trait of all Nexus models, though: their energy cycles are extremely energy conserving. When peak roasting has been reached, you can reduce the heating enormously. Thanks to the circulation of the heated air, the warmth for the roasting is sufficient to continue efficiently roasting for a long time. This way, 96% of the heating energy can actually be used for the roasting. And yet another thing that reduces operating costs. As the Nexus series uses the principle of aerodynamics, it requires a very small amount of matter. No metal plates have to be heated. Rather, it is the air that handles the roasting. That makes the Nexus much more dynamic than conventional roasters. That the Nexus roasters use less metal and have fewer movable parts in general has two more advantages. The required cleaning efforts and maintenance costs are respectively low. Furthermore, the Nexus models are very flexible. You can reduce the heat at any time and can influence the roasting process manually. Your roastmaster's work is supported by the easy handling of the roaster, but maintains the full flexibility to vary the roasting process anytime he wants. Our roasters with a cleverly devised fluidized bed technology are suitable for all granular food. Whether you want to give tiny sesame grains a boost by roasting them as gently as possible, or you want to roast almonds, hazelnuts or coffee beans, the Nexus roasters guarantee a careful roasting without product damage, and all that with low operating costs. When the roasting is finished, you only need to open the product outlet and the air wave will carry the roasted pits or grain out. The roaster uses the ventilated air to transport the roasted food from the roasting chamber through a flap into the cooler. The Nexus models 20 and 150 use a conventional open-air cooling. The larger Nexus models work with a closed cooler. That, in principle, works the same way the roaster does, just with cool air. Depending on the amount you want to process, you can combine two roasters with one cooler. For food with skin, like hazelnuts or coffee beans for example, the Nexus can be set to separate the skin and then the circulated air takes all skins and smaller product particles away. The chaff outlets of the larger Nexus models contain a cyclone. A conveyor transports all smaller product particles out. Different particle disposal pods are available. By the way, the size of the machine is probably smaller than you think. The Nexus 20 can easily be placed onto a desk. You only need a very small switchboard and a small touch screen. Furthermore, the mounting of the machine and the installation are done very quickly, so that you can put the roaster into operation in no time. The Nexus roasters can be extended with an afterburner. Although the amount of roasting gas is very small, you can retreat this air in the afterburner and can thus neutralize the roasting smell for your working environment. By using the principles of aerodynamics and thermodynamics, we have succeeded in creating a line of equipment that is second to none in terms of quality. It promises a high product quality which can ensure attractive sales prices in the market and offer the operator better margins. This innovative technology results into a most persuasive cost-performance ratio of the Nexus series. Consider the possibilities for increasing profit margins and calculate the offset of low operating costs and the long life cycle of the roaster. You will quickly see how low the total cost of ownership is compared to conventional roasters. Nolte – Technik durch Innovation.